name is Isabella Longtree, and I was born around 1793 in the state of New York. I was one of 13 children born to James and Elizabeth, the slaves of Colonel Johannes Hardenberg. In 1806, after the death of the Colonel and his son, I was sold in an auction with a flock of sheep for $100. I was sold several more times, some situations almost unbearable, until I came to the family of Dumont. I was forced to marry Thomas, an older slave. I had 5 kids in all, 4 fathered by Thomas and 1 fathered by Mr. Dumont. Still I survived. Then in 1826, when I felt I had done enough to satisfy my obligation to that family, I left with my infant daughter Sophia. I did not run off, for I thought that quickly. But I walked off, believing that to be all right. 16 years later, I felt inspired to change my name to Sojourner Truth. And in 1851 at the Ohio Women's Rights Convention, I delivered my best known speech, Ain't I a Woman? Well, children, where there's so much racket, there must be something out of kilter. I think that treats the Negroes of the South and the women at the North all talking about rights. White man will be fixed pretty soon. Yeah. But what's all this they're talking about? That man over there says that women need to be helped into carriages and lifted over ditches and have the best place everywhere. Well, nobody ever helps me into carriages or over mud puddles or gives me any best place. No. And ain't I a woman? Yes. Look at me. Look at my arm. I have plowed and planted and gathered in the barns, and no man could head me. No, and ain't I a woman? Yes. I have borne 13 children and seen most of them sold off to slavery. And when I cried out with my mother's grief, none but Jesus heard me. And ain't I a woman? Yes. Then they talk about this thing in the head. What's this they call it? Intellect. That's it, honey. What's that got to do with Negroes' rights or women's rights? If my cup don't hold but a pint and yours holds port, wouldn't you be mighty mean not to let me have my little half measure full? Amen, girl. And that little man in black over there, he says that women can't have as much rights as men, because Christ wasn't a woman. Well, where did your Christ come from? Where did your Christ come from? From God and woman. If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, these women together ought to be able to get together and turn it back right side up again. Yes. Now they asking to do it, and the men better let them. Obliged to you for hearing me. And now old Sojourner Truth ain't got nothing more to